Disclaimer: this is not a top 5 anime video, nor am I placing one anime over the other. This is in a randomized order, just 5 animes that I would suggest to you. Now, without further ado, let's just get into the video.
It was like a nightmare, bang, bang, moving, no night too fast, no night too fast. It was like a nightmare, bang, bang, moving, no night too fast, no night too fast.
In a world where magic rules everything.
Boy, if you don't get...
Alright, let's get serious. This is Maji, one of my most favorite anime of all time. Basically, it's a magical anime, but it has really good battle scenes. Like, if you're not a fan of, pew pew pew, fucking magical beams just shot at each other. Yeah, it's not just that. So, basically, dispersed around the world, there are several bizarre labyrinths hiding incredible treasures within them. These mysterious places, known as dungeons, are said to be the work of a Maji, a class of rare magicians who help people build their empires by guiding them to dungeons. In these dungeons, you can gain something called a djinn. It's basically a weapon possessed by a badass demon. Now, meet Aladdin. Having spent an entire life in isolation, a young musician, he's eager to explore the world upon finally leaving his home behind. He begins his journey only to be accompanied by his mentor Ugo, a djinn that Aladdin can summon with his flute. However, Aladdin soon becomes friends with a stranger named Alibaba, and they go on an adventure. They meet a couple people that are pretty dope, and they fight against pretty crazy organizations called Althamen, and it's a pretty lit anime, so you should check it out. I would suggest this anime for anyone who likes a good old plot twist, and anyone who likes a main character that's, I guess you would say, underestimated constantly in battles, but is actually super powerful. So yeah, there's that. Meet Saki Morimi, your average college student. On her graduation trip to America, she meets a butt-naked man by the name of Akira Taizawa. Akira has amnesia. As she helps him figure out who he is, she finds his cell phone, which is preloaded with 8.2 billion yen in digital cash. As Akira begins to use the cash, he unknowingly sparks the beginning of a thrilling death game involving money, cell phones, and the salvation of the world, as people connected to Akira's past try to kill them. I highly recommend this anime for anybody who just loves a anime with a bunch of twists and turns, you know, like nothing that's in a straight line or linear in a sense. Something that'll always keep you on the edge of your seats. If that's what you like, Eden of the East is definitely for you. In the not too distant future, boxing has become a sport enhanced by gear. Machine exoskeletons wore over the shoulders and arms to allow boxers to punch harder than ever before. Known as Megalobox, the sport is popular as both regular sporting events and as one which underground bets are made. Now Joe is one of those underground boxers. One day, he luckily meets the top boxer in the world named Youre and challenges him. After losing and putting up a pretty good fight, Youre invites him to Megalo Boxing Tournament. The Megalo Boxing Tournament is the world's biggest stage for boxers. As the anime follows Joe's climb to the top of the boxing world, it shows a bunch of different things such as like throwing games or throwing matches, and it shows a pretty big insight into the background of the boxing world. Honestly, before I watched this anime, I was never really a big fan of boxing. I would recommend this for honestly anyone. You don't even have to be into sports or boxing to like this anime, just because of its good storytelling and it's really well done boxing scenes. Like, the boxing matches actually feel like you're there. It's not like one of those little corny ass turn-based, you know, just oh this, oh that, who's got a special move. Nah, it actually makes you feel like you're actually watching an actual boxing match. Now, the next anime is called Zankyo no Terror. This is arguably one of the best psychological animes I've ever seen. Now, I haven't seen a lot of psychological animes, but I've seen enough to know what's good from what's bad. And basically, 2 teenage boys who identify themselves as Sphinx directly challenge the police, threatening them to cause destruction and mayhem across Tokyo. Unable to stop mass panic quickly spreading through the city, and desperate for any leads in their investigation, the police struggled to act effectively against the terrorists, with Detective Kenjiro Shibazaki caught in the middle of it all. Basically, these two teenagers are causing giant explosions around places and playing mind games with the police. I really like how it's done. I mean, you just have to watch a couple of the episodes to understand what I'm talking about, and the way like they play the game with the police. It's pretty cool. Now, the last anime, Gurren Lagann, arguably, not even arguably, definitely top 5 anime of all time for me personally. It just has a really deep connection to me. I just love this anime. It always got me on the edge of my seat. So basically, it's about two guys, Simone and Kamina. They were born in an underground village hidden from the fabled surface. Kamina is a wild loose cannon bent on making a name for himself, while Simone is a shy young boy with no real aspirations. One day, while excavating the earth, Simone stumbles across a mysterious object that turns out to be the ignition key to an ancient artifact of war, which the duo dubs Lagann. Using a new weapon, Simone and Kamina fend off a surprise attack from the surface with the help of Yoko Littner, a hot-blooded redhead wielding a massive gun who wanders the world above. Basically, the surprise attack came from a group called Beastmen. They're basically what you hear, beast men. They look like fucking beasts. But it's a pretty badass anime. And so basically, Kamina and Simone have to travel the world fighting all these beastmen, eventually coming up to a pinnacle where they fight the big boss, you know, the big bad. And when I tell you the boss fight is dope, it is epic. Like, I don't think I've seen one much like it, anything like it, to be honest. If you like this video, you know, give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. But I don't even know. If you guys like anime videos, I think I'm pretty sure this is my first one on this channel. So if you guys like it, just let me know and I'll keep making more like these. I might make them longer. I only did 5 because I wasn't really sure what the feedback would be on these. So yeah, basically this is just like an experimental thing. I don't know if I'll be doing it more often. Depends. But it's Yanni Tsunami, and I'm out. Stay wavy.